Yeah, Carol and Steve, Tammy Baldwin and her supporters will be gathering here at the Monona Terrace in downtown Madison tonight. Now, Baldwin was out all day trying to reach more voters. She made stops in both Madison and Milwaukee. She really talked about the importance of affordable health care and affordable education, two consistent themes of her re-election campaign. Now, the latest Marquette University Law School poll had Baldwin leading by 11 points over Leah Buchmere to win tonight. But Baldwin even saying tonight, reiterating that it really is all about voter turnout. Anything can happen. Carol and Steve, there was no question the driver knew she injured someone here in this intersection. She allegedly got out of her car to check, then got back in and drove off. In addition to 6 years in prison, Abby will have 8 years of extended supervision. It was one of the attorneys today who said it best. This case proves all it takes is one time, one mistake to ruin so many lives. Mario Hobson was wanted on a felony domestic violence charge when police caught up with him on August 13th. We do want to warn you, the video you're about to see of that day is disturbing. Shannon and Charles, it happened here on 64th Street between Villard and Hampton. Around 2 in the morning, an intruder entered a family's home as they slept and completely shattered their lives. And it's something we can all install at home. Now, the victim also wants everyone to know how fast something like this can happen. She says she was outside for 30 seconds when the suspect attacked. Now, police have not revealed yet who exactly was at fault or what even happened. Wearing life jackets on duck boats here in the Dells is optional, not mandatory, but every passenger does have access to one. Coming up tonight at 6, I'll take a look at who really monitors this industry anyway. For now, in the Wisconsin Dells, Katie Crowther, today's TMJ4. As for the kids waiting in tents, they still have more than 24 hours to go before they're let in. I don't know what they're thinking. Reporting live, Katie Crowther, today's TMJ4.
Things we do around here.
As an example for his young players, if you believe and keep working hard, you can get to where you want to be. Here we are, guys. Reporting live, Katie Crowther, today's TMJ4.
Katie Crowther, the only reporter to talk with that boy's grandmother who was there when it happened.
Shannon and Steve, the shooting of the boy inside this apartment building comes just about 2 weeks after 13-year-old Sandra Parks was hit and killed by a stray bullet inside her own home. The grandmother here today says everyone needs to wake up and stop this.
I praise God and I thank God that, it wasn't worse than it could have been.
Lydia Martinez's grandson is expected to make a full recovery after being shot inside their apartment on National near 24th Street early Tuesday. Where did the gunshot come from?
It came from the roof, from above us. It lodged in the middle of the foot. Nobody should have to go through that, but this is why we need the leadership, the aldermen and all them to really come together and do something, not just talk about it.
Bob Donovan is Lydia's alderman. What are city leaders doing to stop these things from happening?
Well, that's a good question. Certainly I'm frustrated. Many of my proposals do not have the support of the majority of my colleagues on the council and certainly the mayor.
There are a lot of different opinions on what the right solution is. Some nearby businesses are paying for private security to help police Lydia's neighborhood. She's scared of how many more kids will get hurt before real change is made.
Come on, people, wake up.
Lydia did not want to reveal a photo of her grandson or tell us his name to protect his privacy. We're just glad he's doing okay. Reporting on the South Side, Katie Crowther, today's TMJ4.
I didn't know that real feeling of love until I brought him home when he looked into my eyes.
From day one, father and son were best friends, sharing a name and unbreakable bond. Now, Adebisi Agoro is learning how to live without his only son by his side.
It's still a tough reality to grapple with the rest of my life. I can only wake up with memories.
What do you miss most?
Man, I miss hugging him. I miss his laugh.
14-year-old Adebisi was a great student, exceptional athlete, and a loving big brother about to start high school.
It was a ball of joy, love, warmth, and affection. A teenager with still a soft heart.
One of your greatest accomplishments?
One of my greatest accomplishments. I'm an artist. It's my greatest album.
His life cut tragically short in June after jumping into a Walworth County lake without his life jacket properly fastened.
Yeah, it was a family trip. I was there. I was the immediate responder to the whole situation.
Now this father's mission is to make sure it doesn't happen to anyone else.
I believe we just got too comfortable. As black males, we teach our kids how to shoot a jump shot, but can we teach them how to preserve their own life?
This happens more than anyone knows, and it takes seconds. Seconds.
He's pushing for free swim lessons for all Milwaukee kids and has already started a children's winter coat drive in his son's honor.
His life and legacy will live on.
So will this message to other parents.
Be a part of that life now and love, because you never know when we don't get that tomorrow.
I waited till midnight on Thanksgiving, and I went on the Eddie Bauer website and I purchased 3 items for my mother.
They were estimated to arrive in 5 days, but weeks passed with nothing in the mail. She started calling and emailing customer service.
I called in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, and it was the same thing.
She'd wait on hold for an hour at a time.
Please continue to hold for the next available agent.
When I tried calling, I got the same thing.
I have now been on hold for 51 minutes.
When someone finally answered,
My name is Katie Crowther. I'm with Channel 4 in Milwaukee.
they gave me a different number to call. As I was waiting some more, Rachel got an email from the company saying they're experiencing a larger than normal volume of customer inquiries, both via phone and email. They would refund her or send the 2 of 3 items still available at no cost.
I really feel that since I emailed saying, by the way, I contacted my local television, that's when I got an email right away.
Rachel filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau, which says Eddie Bauer has an excellent rating for responding and resolving issues.
I was on the phone as well, waiting for 50 minutes for a customer service representative. Is there any way to fight that for people?
Well, part of the reason that people do online shopping on both ends is to eliminate, unfortunately, service people.
Meaning you can often find a better price online because you take out that cost.
There are protections in place for packages that are taking longer.
Right. If you were promised delivery on a certain date and it's 30 days after that, you can get a refund. But right now, people aren't looking for refunds. They're looking for that present to give someone at Christmas.
Katie Crowther joins us with her remarkable story. Katie.
Carol and Steve, she is the only person in the country born with her condition who has lived past 4 years old. Children's Hospital and her family are working together to give her the best chance at life and chart a new course in the medical field.
This is Remy's favorite little toy.
Like any 8-year-old, Alexa Ebert wanted to get right to playtime.
So you ride on one of these up north?
Yeah.
And she has a lot of toys.
Oh, you fit perfect in there. Want me to help you out? That means I get to hug you.
Having someone over to play with means a lot to Alexa, who's been having a hard time with kids at school because she's different. But she has one unwavering ally, her mom, Debbie.
She is my best friend. She's why I get up every morning.
They've been through a lot together. Since birth, Alexa has needed more than 250 surgeries.
It's kind of like she hears, no, she's not going to be able to, and she, with her little spitfire, says, oh, yes, I can, just watch me.
Alexa was born with her intestines on the outside of her body and was diagnosed with a rare, rapidly progressive form of Marfan syndrome, which affects the body's connective tissue that holds all cells and organs. It has far-reaching implications on her digestive system, eyes, and bones.
She stood off that very chair that you're sitting in right now. She stood up to take her dishes to the sink, and her femur broke.
The few others in our country born with the same condition have died by the age of 4.
Your heart breaks because it's like, how do you help her when you can't help her?
It's genetic, but Alexa was adopted. Debbie tells her she grew in her heart rather than her belly. Doctors told Debbie Alexa probably wouldn't make it to 8 months.
We had a choice to make. They told us either we could walk away because legally that's not what we signed up for, or continue on. And I'm like, do not take our baby from us. That's what God brought us. And she is truly a miracle.
Yeah, but I have to put it together.
That's okay.
A miracle is what many of Alexa's doctors at Children's Hospital call her.
We work together, we share notes, and we are able to talk and communicate about a really complicated case. We take it for granted. Sometimes we get into the science part, but the really cool part that I enjoy is watching her be a kid.
Making sure Alexa has as normal a life as possible is what Debbie and her husband agreed to from day one.
We will just take one day at a time. Every day is a blessing. And we also said we're not going to put her in a bubble. We're not going to keep her in the house. We're going to let her do what she can do till her body tells us not to do. And she'd hang on her monkey bars and her intestines would stop. And she'd blow it up and we'd be at the hospital. Okay, maybe we can't hang on those rings. Dad took them down. You know, things like that. You just put them back up, didn't he?
Doctors can't say how long Alexa will live.
My hope is that she's going to be in adulthood. Her functional quality of life is the key here.
More time is the goal.
You can't give another better gift.
It's already been the greatest gift of their lives.
Our love is forever, and it always will be.
Doctors say a huge part of Alexa's success is her mom, who went to nursing school to get her nursing degree in order to be a better advocate and caregiver for Alexa. Such an inspiring family. Steve and Carol.